Hello there. Welcome to another astrology forecast for the beginning of February 2015. I'm Danielle Mercurio and I'm here to take you through all of it. So what's on tap? We've got the Sun in Aquarius, we have the full moon in Leo, we have Venus in Pisces, and then we have this amazing trine going on of Uranus, Aries, and the full moon. And then we're going to wrap it up with a little bit of Mercury Retrograde. So let's bring it back to where we are now with the sun still hanging out in the sign of Aquarius. And a lot of you have been given this opportunity to start to work on yourself more. And what I'm noticing is there's some resistance. There's some fear about, well, if I start to spend too much time on me, then it's selfish. Or it's, going to make me feel like I'm not actually giving to everyone else like I'm used to, or people are going to notice, or things are going to fall apart, or things are going to slip through the cracks. All these kind of fears and all these things about what could go wrong, as opposed to thinking about what could go right if I made myself a priority. And what could go right is you create a space for yourself to receive. And that's something that doesn't always come to be for you. A lot of people have trouble making the time for themselves, and they have trouble receiving what it is that they want, and more importantly, what is rightfully theirs. And so I ask you to continue during these next couple of weeks to make yourself a priority. The more that you can make the space for you, the more that you open up to receive. It's that beautiful. It's that easy. And you don't have to feel bad about it. You can feel good because you know that when you are in a space to receive, when you are being restored in the way that is properly aligned for you, then you can be the one to serve others. Then you can be there for everyone else. It's a balance, and you have to remember that. You have to remember that it is not selfish. It is a form of love, and it is a form of self-care, and it is a form of keeping a harmonious lifestyle, okay? Remember that. I want you to come first, okay? It's okay. All right, let's get into the full moon in Leo, which I'm really jazzed up about. My moon sign is in Leo, so I'm particularly feeling good about it. And a lot of people ask me that. What does that mean? What does it mean when your sign is in the moon? Well, just like you have a sun sign, which is when you're the month that you were born in, you also have a moon sign. And I encourage you to look that up, because when we have events like this, within every moon cycle, there it goes through different signs. And so when it goes through a sign that is connected to what's on your birth chart, you're going to be more drawn to it. It's going to create more of a magnet to what it is that the energy is radiating right to you, which is really great. So the more that you have awareness of how the planets relate to you, the more you can benefit from it. And if you look it up and you realize there's no Leo in your chart, then you could also think about maybe what's your relationship with the sign that the moon is in. So in this case, Leo. What's your relationship with Leos? Perhaps you have an ex-lover or partner, or maybe your sibling is of that sign and there isn't a great bond going on, or maybe there's a need for some forgiveness. So it's good to kind of look at the qualities that you think about when you think about the person in that sign and see how you can start to balance it out, make things right again, essentially. Because the more that you do that, the more you make peace with the sign, the more you're going to get from the moon's energy, or any planet for that matter, when it is planetary aligned with us. Okay, so the full moon in Leo, it is a time to be a leader and rock it out with a gentle heart. It's a time to use your voice. Think about the lion's roar, saying what it is that you want, what you need. This is a time, because we're in this moon cycle where it is, the full moon means it's reached its biggest completion. We want to think about where for us right now are things starting to reach completion? Where are things being ready to be elevated to the next level? What signs are you noticing that you should focus on? This is the time to really start to see that, see where things are starting to come together, and then see where you can expand them outward. This is a beautiful time for that. So it's time to self-reflect on what's working, what you're noticing is really driving well for you and makes you happy. And then from there, start to think about, all right, let's take this further. Where can we go with this, right? Which is really awesome. And what else is going on with this full moon is it's trine with Aries and the planet Uranus. And what that's creating is a very courageous energy for you to, again, put yourself first and communicate what your needs are. And especially in relationships. A lot of you may be in a relationship right now where it's almost like you guys are kind of pretending things are going well on the surface, or you kind of put on a front that everything's fine, but deep down you know that they're not. And you're kind of tired of making excuses, and you're kind of tired of wishing for things to just work out. And it's a time to express what it is that you need. What do you need from that person? What is going on in that partnership that you're not getting to feel satisfied? And it's a time to communicate and speak up and be okay with what it is that you need. You're going to have that boost in order to do that at this time. So the next couple weeks, I really want you to think about, all right, is this time for me? What do I need? And not be afraid to use my voice. Not be afraid to be a leader in my life to obtain what it is that I want. And on February 1st, we had Venus go into the sign of Pisces. And that just heightens everything in the sensual sense. There's this beautiful sense of spirituality and imagination and just feeling really good with who we are, feeling like the goddess or god that we are. And it's a time to really visualize in a whole new way. Really visualize your life and what it feels like. What it feels like in a sensual way, in a sultry way. Like get saucy with what it is that you're trying to cultivate. Like start to bring some of that energy to it. Because really, sexual energy is just creativity. That's all it is. It's new life, it's birth, it's origin. So start to think about your path in a whole new way and get really sensual about it. I encourage you to try it out and have fun with it. You know, get into that space in your mind and really imagine and paint the picture of what your life looks like over the next couple weeks, what it smells like, what it tastes like, what it feels like, what it looks like. Get really into it, physically, mentally, spiritually. Be completely in it. Allow yourself to take time to meditate and just feel. Allow yourself to take time to write and just let your imagine go wild. Be in it. Have fun. All right? So that's something really cool that Pisces brings us with this Venus transit. And that's going to be for the next about 3.5 weeks. So you get to be like this saucy, seductive creator of your own life, which is really cool, right? So let's bring it back to the full moon. The full moon is a time, like I said, where things start to reach completion and it's ready to figure out what the next phase is going to be. And so what we want to do, if you have your new moon list, so back on the new moon that we just had in Aquarius, you wrote a list of a couple items that you were ready to manifest, that you were ready to cultivate, that you were ready to grow. And I like for when you can keep them somewhere, like on your altar, or if they're in a journal, maybe write them down on a piece of paper, because this is the time we get to burn things. You guys love to burn things, and I freaking love that. And you're always so like safe and careful about it, and like cautious, which is like really cool too. And I don't even think to like promote that, like, oh right, like Smokey the Bear kind of information. I never like relay any of that out, and you guys are just like, I got this, don't worry, Danielle, I can burn things and I can do it efficiently. So I'm just saying, good job, keep it up. Okay, so what you're going to do is you're going to burn those items, especially focusing on the ones that you're noticing are really starting to grow, that are starting to turn into something. And the reason why we burn this is because we realize that it's not all up to us to complete this. It's not all up to us to continue it forward. So when we burn, we're surrendering, essentially. We're saying, okay, I was holding on to these things. I was cultivating them. I was giving them love. I was giving them nurture. And it's been going really well. But now I'm also ready to see what you've got, universe. I'm ready to see what you can show me. I'm ready to give you some of this to make into something else. And we do it with the intention for our highest good. We do it with the intention that when we offer these things up, when we let go of it will come back in ways that we couldn't even imagine. That we will be so surprised and moved and touched by, and just like, oh my God, did this really happen? Oh wait, yes it did. And just in such a beautiful, appreciative state because we were able to let go. And while we let go, we were able to continue to create that space, right? That inner space, that opening to receive. And it can be that simple. You create the vessel. You nurture your body. You nurture your temple. You nurture what it is that you believe to be true. And in turn, the universe will fill it. It will fill it up with love and creativity and all that you desire in any way in your life. If you can just trust and smile and believe and be thankful. So full moon, again, it is on Tuesday, February 3rd. It starts at 6:09 p.m. Eastern Time. And you want to do it around that time if you can. However, if your schedule doesn't allow for it, within 48 hours is great, okay? So get down those items that are like pretty much at completion or you see them headed that way and poof, give them up. Cool? Yes, awesome. And and share with me what you do and how you do it too, because I love hearing your burning rituals and how you like to do it, because then it helps me help you even better. So the other thing that I wanted to talk about was Mercury Retrograde. So first of all, we're halfway through. We are halfway through Mercury Retrograde, and you guys are freaking awesome for it. So it ends February 11th, 2015. So we're almost there. As of now, I think like less than 11 days. I'm about that. Anyway, February 11th it ends. And you're doing great. The one thing I want to really emphasize is, again, this idea that the retrograde is coming up because it's a time to look within. The reason why your computer is crashing down, the reason why your phone suddenly dies and you can't get a hold of your friend, the reason why, you keep overloading yourself and then everything seems to just go wrong or get in the way, is because this is a time to take it easy, to step back and work on creating that inner space. Okay? So the reason that technology is getting screwed up is because you're not supposed to be fiddling around with it right now. You're supposed to be journaling. You're supposed to be in this soul-seed daydreaming stuff I've been telling you about. You're supposed to be reorganizing things to work for you in a new way. It's a time to shake up your routine, and it's doing it on purpose because it wants you to try something else out. It wants you to see things in a new way. Some things in your life just honestly are a little bit stale, and they could be jazzed up a little bit if you take the time and the opportunity to try it out, to try something new. So use this as a time to explore. Do something fun and new for yourself. Be adventurous, okay? So just don't do things with the intention of trying to help other people out or trying to, get somewhere like new with your business. Like that's all going to come, okay? That's all a part of your life already. This isn't about your outer world. This is about your inner world and what you want to do with it. And if that means travel, then travel. I know people get scared about traveling during the retrograde. If you're traveling because you're focused on other people, then yeah, things could probably go wrong. If you're traveling for yourself, go for it. Same thing, contracts. People are scared about contracts. Yeah, if you're signing a contract about a partnership, like marriage or a new business partnership, yeah, now's not really the greatest time for that because, again, it's you time. It's focusing on you. And a lot of people just don't seem to understand that, and they get really overwhelmed, and they don't know why. And it's just honestly, the universe is here because it loves you, and it wants you to see things in a new way. And let it, okay? So go inward, see what happens, see what comes your way, and see what opportunities unveil themselves, or new strategies. Everything is that RE, so restructure, reorganize, reassess. And then in turn, you will be restored, rejuvenated, okay? So the next couple weeks are going to be really awesome. I really want you to focus on you. Clearly, I can't get enough of that. The full moon in Leo, a great time to really, belt out that lion's roar that I know is deep within you, that you're just ready to surge it out and do your burning ritual. And then just know that during this other opportunities we have, it's a really great time to just be courageous, step things up, new next level kind of thinking, and really explore this dreamy Pisces Venus situation we have going on right now, and fall in love with yourself a little bit deeper, get a little bit more saucy, and just have some fun, okay? So I will be back in the middle of the month, and in the meantime, just keep dreaming, having fun, and please smile. I'll see you guys soon. Bye.